Okay, we're going to show you the process of fueling at the pumps to get your fuel. You're going to get one of these for each vehicle. It's going to have a number on it with your truck number. And you're going to use your HID badge from the commission to get fuel also. So, you're going to walk up to the terminal. It's going to say welcome, present tag, or swipe card. If it doesn't say that message, there's something wrong, there's a problem. You probably won't get fuel. So, this process can be done in any order. The card first or the fob first. So I'll do the fob first. The fob reader is right there on the screen. Enter pump number. So say you want diesel, that's either 3 or 4. So we're gonna put a 3 in here. Okay. Enter odometer. It's going to ask you for your odometer of the truck, so make sure you have that handy. We'll just put in 1, 2, 3, 4 for demonstration. Okay. Now it's going to say the vehicle has been accepted. Please present your driver ID. That's this. Scan it down here. Please refuel. You go over to the pump. That's the previous sale. Flip the lever. It's going to reset. It's going to take about 4 seconds to come on. Get your fuel. When you're done, hang up. That's it. Now we could go in reverse order. Same thing. Use this first. Enter pump number. Let's say we'll say 2 for gasoline. Okay. Driver accepted. Present vehicle. That's the vehicle. Enter odometer. Okay. Please refuel. We'll walk over to number 2, which is gas. Reset. That's a lamp check. The reason why it takes a little long is because you got leak detectors in the ground, and you can get your fuel. So if I squeeze this nozzle, it's going to pump fuel. Turn it off and hang it up. Now, one more thing. This fob is unrestricted as per what fuel you can get. So if you're driving a diesel truck, you're going to get a diesel fob. If you try to get gas, it will say wrong fuel. Doesn't mean something's wrong. Means you made the wrong selection. If you're driving a gas vehicle, it's going to be restricted to gas. When you hold it up here and you pick your pump, it'll say wrong fuel. So that's what the commission wants. That's how they're doing it. Anybody else got any questions? It's pretty simple. Anybody?
Any questions? You got all our trucks ready or not?
That's going to be done. We're going to be doing that. That's the vehicle key and that's the driver ID. That's it.
Site protocol BS. All right, here we go. You ready, sir?
Yeah, ready to rock and roll.
Here we go, Alex.
Go ahead, I'm okay.
About that.
Okay, so I'm guessing here that Jerry's going to make whatever computers need to have access to this. He's going to give you a nice little icon to the software. So when you click on the software, it automatically comes up and tells you that you're basically going to an HTTP site, and it just wants you to verify that that's what you want to do. So you click continue anyway. You're all going to have your own username and password. At this point in time, I'm using mine. And that's going to bring you to the main screen. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over entering a tag or an employee. So entering a vehicle or an employee. So we're going to click on the fleet management picture. And the first thing that comes up under fleet management is reports. But we're actually going to click on fleet management and then devices.
Don't forget about the other program.
Yep, it's already up. So HID, this is where you put in your HID cards for employees and also where you would put in your vehicle tags, these little guys. All right. So let's start. Just see something real quick. I'm just looking at how you guys have a driver to make sure. Okay, so you're doing Brian underscore.
We're doing underscore in place of spaces,
Space, that's fine.
just to cut down errors.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, if we're adding a new device, and we call everything a device, whether it be your HID card or one of these tags, we'll start with doing a vehicle tag. The first screen that pops up when we click new is the general screen. Okay, and we are not vehicle mounted, we are handheld, and we are doing a vehicle. Do not click OK on the bottom of the screen because it'll tell you stuff is missing. You want to go right across the top of all these tabs. So we're going to hit information next. Here's where we put in our vehicle number. Over here is where we're going to pick the site it's assigned to and its group rule. Now the group rule is unleaded only, diesel only, or unleaded 50 gallons. They're the only rules you guys have.
Depending on the truck and what fuel it takes.
Correct. So in
We do not have any limits on our vehicles. We could fill about 50, right?
correct.
Yes,
The
correct.
only limit that you have is whether it's unleaded or diesel. So in this example, we'll say this is unleaded. Then we click on validation. Are they asking for odometer, Billy?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So then, to get this device to require odometer, we're going to click here. Are they doing anything reasonable?
No.
No, okay. So just click odometer and that'll make the system ask for odometer when this tag is presented. And then we're going to click on format. Once we click format, we're going to open the program that reads the tags. And we're going to take the fob and hold it to the tag reader. You'll notice the number appears here. We're going to copy the number between the semicolon and the equal sign. Shrink this back down, and that number gets pasted right here in the card field.
That's that tag.
At this point in time, we're going to go down and change the hardware type to tag. Pop over here and click on two-stage. When we do two-stage, it's going to tell us that specific drivers will not be available until after we save this device, which is understandable. And then we're going to check this little box here that says, this means requires driver ID for authorization. Once you're done, you're going to click OK. I'm going to click cancel so that it doesn't put that bogus
Now, this is for the vehicle.
tag in there.
Vehicle.
That would be for the vehicle.
Now be aware, if you don't click on two-stage, you'll be able to get fuel with just the tag
Correct.
and not a HID card. That's why you're clicking two-stage.
So, and then when you print a report, I always make sure when I print the report that I have the driver's name somewhere in the report, and I'm going to show you reports. If you see a tag being used and it doesn't have a driver's name next to it, then you know somehow I forgot to check that box.
Correct. I see what you're
Right.
saying.
Now, question
So-
about the gap is when we enter their HID number, I know Billy and Jerry went through this issue. We always seem to have to scan the card because there is some security code hidden.
Yeah, well, I'll discuss that with Jerry when we're not filming.
Is there any hyphen or star or pound
No.
of the 5 digits. So this way it will ignore the hidden security code we do have in our
No.
ID card.
No. So, but I'll discuss all that with,
The only way to put our guys in, we really need to have the HID reader.
so, yes. So, but I'll,
We have people like 100 miles away, and it's really hard to bring them in to this location to scan their ID in. There's no other way we can have the system where we
So-
can say the last 4 digits or last 5 digits of financial ID.
let me discuss that with you after we get done this little video. Okay? So, okay, so to enter a driver, okay, we're going to click on new. And we're going to do, again, handheld. It is not an employee authorizer, it is a driver. Okay? Same idea, we're going to go straight across the top. Information, the way you guys have been putting it in is first name, underscore, last name. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Same idea. We're going to pick the department, okay, or the facility that it's, that person's at. Employees or drivers get no restriction. They're restricted to by whatever they're getting into, whether it be unleaded or diesel.
Right, whatever the fob is.
Same idea when I click on validation. When you think about it, all the validation screen really is all geared towards the tag, towards a vehicle. So we do nothing on that screen. Then we have the format screen, and this is where we take our HID card, present it to this box.
Could you do that again real quick?
That's where we take our HID card, present it to the box, and click acquire, and it'll bring the number up.
There it is.
Okay. Then we click OK, and you're good to go. I'm going to, again, cancel that out. So,
That's how you get the driver card in.
correct.
HID.
Now, the nice thing about this software is if you can just remember how to get back to that devices screen, Fleet Head Office, Fleet Management, Devices, even if you forget what we discussed or you don't have access to the video, you can pick any one of your vehicles, okay? And this device type here, if I'm trying to remember how to put a vehicle in, I can select just vehicles. If I'm trying to remember how I did a driver, I can just do driver, and then I can double click on any driver and go
And it
across
shows
the
you-
tabs.
Shows you the way it's in there.
And that'll hopefully refresh your memory, or, maybe you don't want to do it. So,
I'll give you my cell phone.
all right,
I want to say something. Can I say something?
sure,
No special characters.
yes.
Just the underscore.
Yes.
So if
That's
it's
it.
O'Brien, it's capital O, capital B,
Right.
all right? So,
And when you put their ID, their name's gonna pop up automatically on the computer, correct?
no, you're putting the name in.
Oh, wait.
No, you're putting that in.
What
So-
he's saying when he runs the reports, though, can he pull up?
He's
Oh,
putting
yes.
that, Yeah.
Yeah, when you run a report, yes, if you want to run a report just on, yeah, we're gonna go that
And
direction now.
report that who got gas, who got diesel.
Correct.
What they got, it can't pop up. Okay, good.
Correct.
That's before.
So we're gonna go over that next, but yes, the name will come on the report. All right, so basically that's how we enter, either a tag or an HID card.
Right.
Tags are for vehicles, of course, and HID cards are for drivers. So I'm gonna go back to administration, which is right where we, come into the program when we sign in. And I'm gonna go back to Fleet Head Office. And the first thing that comes up is our report. I'm gonna click on the little reports button, and this will give me all our options. All right. The summary screen, and to be honest with you, I don't really know anybody that uses it. It's just a summary of devices and this, that, and the other thing. everybody normally uses the custom report. Okay, and I'm going to go down this so you guys don't feel like I cheated you, but you'll notice that there's a lot of things within a report that you guys really don't need. A lot of it's geared towards credit card systems and stuff like that. So Gasboy is a true report writer in the sense that they will give you the ability to pick which field you would like to see first, and customize the report pretty much however you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a report so you guys see that. First thing, Gasboy gives you the 7 that they think you want to see. Unfortunately, they're wrong. So we're going to click this little button here that says clear the fields. And I'm going to show you how to create a template that you can keep so you don't have to keep doing this. All right? So in my report, the first thing I like seeing is the department, okay, which would be the station location. Next thing I like seeing is the vehicle number, the date, then the time, the product, and the quantity. Then I like seeing the odometer for that vehicle, and then I like seeing the driver name, okay? And I can name this report now, okay? Most of the time I tell people, lay something out, print it, see if it's really what you like. If it is, then make the template, save it, it's good to go. That way you're not saving and deleting. So I'm just gonna name this Eric's report. All right, and I click the little word modify here. Oh, sorry. We just talked about that, didn't we?
Eric.
Modify. Okay, so now if I go back to administration and I click on Fleet Head Office and I go back to my reports and I click on custom, well now I can grab this little template drop down and there's Eric's report. Okay, so now if I put in, and I made this report basically for all the locations obviously so that I can actually show some transaction data, but when you click on the calendar, what you want to do, Gasboy is using a SQL database, and whenever you search a SQL database, SQL automatically grabs the time from the computer. So you'll notice 9:16, down here in the corner we have 9:16. So first thing you want to do is zero your clock. And once you zero...
What if you don't?
If we're saying on the 1st, and say we're printing this report at
It'll cut out that.
1 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
well, you're missing everything between 12 at midnight and 1. So you pick your start day, and then same idea. If I pick the day first, I got to go back in and fix the time. So always do your time first, and we're going to preview this. Okay. Now you'll notice, to answer the one gentleman's question, you'll notice that there's the name. Okay, in my specific report, we have all the driver names. All right. The other thing that you can do also is down here you can play with the break buys. I don't really know anybody that really does much of the sort by stuff, but you can always take a look and see if it's going to be beneficial to you. But I always break it by plate, and plate is actually vehicle number. So now if I preview this, you'll notice that this vehicle 16008 has got multiple transactions and it gives me a total.
Cool.
All right? So then at the very end of any report you print, it's always going to give you how much fuel was used, how much diesel, how much unleaded for the date range that you put in. Okay? Now the one other thing we can do with reports is I can click this little box that says summary only down here on the bottom, and I can preview that, and now you'll notice all it does is give me the vehicle and a total, And same idea, the totals for the date range I've put in down the bottom. Okay? So if I don't do summary only, it's going to show me each line by line transaction. If I click summary only, it's just going to give me vehicles and totals. Okay? A lot of people like this because, to be honest with you, for the most part, they don't really care what date and time the person got. They just want to know what vehicle, how many gallons, end of story. You know?
Now, question for you here. I see that as a field for the vehicle number, we can sort, let's say, by vehicle to find out the data on it, or how many time and what's what.
Correct.
Individual driver.
That's where I was going next. So if you want to search out a specific vehicle, we have the drop down here. Okay, you can type in the vehicle number, and you'll notice as I go, it starts shrinking that little list down. Anything that has a red dot next to it is a deleted vehicle. Okay, it's still here for reports, but it's deleted out of that devices file. Okay, obviously, and some people always say, well, why is it still here? The reason it's still here is, say it was a vehicle we had last year and we're printing a report for last year, it used a ton of fuel. We don't want to delete that fuel usage. Okay, we want to have that. All right, same idea with your driver. Okay, I can search one driver name. All right, and select him. Click OK, and then the name's there. Okay.
Understood. So each one of the fields on the left, once we check them up, we'll have the field on the right to select.
Correct.
Then the account number, invoice number, all these in the bottom.
Correct. All right. So let's do this. I just want to. Yeah. Hold on. So, template. Okay. So now the other thing, the options that we do have when we do this report is we can preview it as we've been, and just so you can see the employee names in my report right on the edge. Okay. Because I know that was a question you had. I can actually send this to a file, which would be an Excel file. Okay, so I'm going to just open it in Excel so that you guys kind of get a picture of it. Okay, same exact information as we saw on, oh, sorry, I should have accepted that.
It's all right, don't worry about it. 'Cause
Accept.
it's we don't have the license for it on this profile, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's going to let me use it once, though. Or actually more than once it should. Oh, stop it. Don't say.
You have a profile already, right?
Yes, I do. On the computer?
Yeah. So you can log in here to,
No?
There we
sign
go.
in here to.
Yeah, I have a profile. Give me a minute.
Come on.
What are you trying to do?
There we go. No, just spread it out so you can see. So you'll notice this actually is the same exact information as we've seen in that report. And same idea, if I drag this all the way to the bottom, it's going to give me those same totals, okay, for our diesel and our unleaded. Okay, so you could actually, save this to an Excel file and obviously email it to somebody if you want. All right. So that would be to your file. Okay, preview, obviously we know what that is, and then print, we'll just print our report. All right. That is pretty much it, folks.
Yay!
All right.
Yes, you're good. You're done for now.
Well,
And
we're
if
gonna
you
go
need
back
help,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going
Do
to
you
do
want
that
to do
next.
the Vita root thing after they go outside? What do you guys want?
Well, I gotta show somebody the Vita route and then I'm done.
Well,
All right,
let's
let's
talk
talk.
about these cards real quick. 'Cause, I'm not,
Badges, the HID badge.
Yes.
You listening to Rainey for this?
Should I record this?
You don't have to record this.
no.
Should I go